Good morning, YouTubers and other channel chums. A long time no see, tales from under the trees. Carol will be reading from The Hole in the Ground Gang and Canterbury Capers. And here she goes.
We have our first adventure set up for tonight. Don't worry, it's just a bit of fun. That's if you are interested, said Moke. Nothing illegal, is it? Asked Nipper sheepishly. No, not really. Just a bit of fun. And it will mean you get your wish to see the cathedral, said Dreamer. But the cathedral will be shut at night, which means I won't get to go around and see all the wonders, said Nipper. Ah, but it looks fantastic at night. Most tourists don't get to see it at night, so it's settled. I will meet you outside the main gates at 7 o'clock, said Moke. Yes, we will be there, said Dreamer. With that, Moke left and the boys set about lighting the fire in the pits and sorting out something to eat. They had sausage and beans plus 6 slices of bread, all washed down with bottles of Corona. Mr. Woodman had thought of everything. The bikes he had supplied even had lights on. Now, full and restless, the boys looked at their watches. It was 6:30. How long does it take to get to the cathedral from here? Asked Phoebe. About 10 minutes. It's all downhill from here. If we leave now, it will give us time to find a safe place to stash our bikes safely, so they won't get nicked, said Dreamer. Hey, no worries there. Mr. Woodman has even supplied a long chain. Should go through all the bikes, and look at the size of this padlock, said Sweetman. Soon the boys had mounted their bikes and were off. They came to the hill that led into town and whizzed down the road. No need to pedal, they just free-wheeled down into St Dunstan's, across the railway crossing and through the Westgate Towers and onto the main street. Then they turned into a narrow road that runs alongside Boots the chemist, and there in front of them was the cathedral gates. They looked for somewhere suitable to hide their bikes. Then the chain was looped through the back wheels and locked up with the giant padlock. They made their way to the main gates, and there in the shadows was Moke. Good evening, boys. Are you ready for some fun? The Hole in the Ground gang looked at Moke, not sure what they had let themselves in for. They followed him through the gate, and they skirted a wall that led into private gardens. As he slowly opened the gate, he whispered, "There they are," pointing to several sets of spotlights that shone onto the cathedral. "That's very interesting, Moke, but where is the adventure in that?" said Phoebe. "Okay, you watch the cathedral." Moke started to shake the spotlight. It looked as if the building was falling down. Now the boys were laughing and joining in the fun. Moke said, "Last year me and my gang came down here with different coloured perspex, and we changed it to pink, then green and blue. It was very funny." The boys were so busy shaking the lights and laughing, they didn't notice a very gruff-looking man who was not amused by their antics. "Oi, you little scoundrels, what do you think you are doing?" This man sounded like a regimental sergeant major, screaming orders at the boys. The boys made a dash for the gate and went to turn left towards the main gates, but there was another man standing at the gates, blocking their escape route. Moke and his gang had pulled this stunt one too many times, and the people had got wise to them and had made plans to catch these mischievous children and put a stop to their antics once and for all. This is where the nicknames came in handy. Moke shouted, "Follow me, boys," and then they swung around to the right, heading for the city walls. The gate was always locked at night by the main road, but Moke knew a way out. Their pursuers were old men, and the boys were well out in front of them. "It's a dead end," shouted Nipper with panic in his voice. To their left was an iron gate that led into private property. It was high enough if the boys scaled it they could get onto the battlements of the city walls. They shinned up it and were now out of reach of the two men who were chasing them. They were not fit enough or agile enough to follow the boys. To add insult to injury, Moke pretended to shoot arrows at them as he ran along the ramparts, laughing. "You won't be laughing if I ever get my hands on you, little sods." The boys ran along the battlements, the adrenaline now pumping through their veins, a mixture of excitement and fear. "Now we are stuck on here," Moke said to terrified Nipper. "No, we're not stuck. Look over there. There's a telegraph pole we can slide down," said Moke. "But Sparks has trouble with heights," said the concerned Sweetman. "Don't worry. He can keep his eyes shut, and I will guide him down. I have a rope in my bag. He won't fall," said Moke. Dreamer went down first, followed by Sparks with a rope tied round his waist, followed in close succession by the others. Now all of the boys were on the ground safely.